Welcome everybody, and welcome to Wheelspin Racing League and penultimate round of the championship at Singapore. We're going into what could be a championship deciding race. Winter Place currently 52.5 points ahead of second. The final race. So if he finishes ahead of his rival, who we'll find out later on, he will win the championship today. So a massive race for Winter Place. I did not mean to rhyme then, that was a complete accident. It's a short qualifying session today, followed by a full, 50% race. The final race of the season will be a full 100% race, which should be interesting. I was up a second. We want the tyres, telemetry, black delta, full track lap, that's everything go. I can hide that. Excellent. So, I can see a few of you starting to join now, so welcome and thank you for tuning in. Let's see if the boys could put on a show. I've no idea on what the weather is as it stands right now for the race. Singapore can be prone to a little bit of rain, so in fact I nipped into their practice session. Got one dry raining. Oh, my apologies, I've just been told by ET, thank you ET, I've just been told it's full quality today. That is my mistake. That's absolutely fine. Might cut it a bit. It will be fine, no issues at all, it's all prepped for, so I've got no problems there at all. Not sure if everybody's realised it's full quality though, because there's some going out on medium tyres, which is an unusual thing to do. See, obviously we got 18 on the grid, so we got 1, 2, 3 will leave us in Q1. Thanks for giving me that heads up, gamer. I should have realised by the fact it says Q1 instead of just qualifying. So we're watching Rob for pole because he was first out of the pit lane, so he'll be first to complete a lap and he'll set our benchmark time. So I can certainly say, since I've joined Wheelspin, I actually joined with the intention of being a driver, not realising they didn't have a comms, so I kind of volunteered to Bob Dylan about doing it, and said yeah, I've been doing it ever since. Missed the odd race here and there because I do sometimes I'm busy on a Sunday, so we get most. It's just as Rob is coming round to start his free turn 1 and that, but it looks like he got. I don't think it affected him. It may have affected him in the sense of just putting him off a little bit. I think Rob will be fine. To watch out for. There's some very, very quick guys in this league. Silver Eagle's one of them. Winter Place, obviously, that's why he's leading the championship. Reds. TTV Glads as well. I think Tommy Rill's pretty quick as well. Can't comment on all of them. ET as well. It's hard to. No, I'm not experienced enough in all of them to actually have an idea, but Rob for Paul has caught the barrier under the bridge. That's obviously, he's got no front wing, so let's see if we can find where is Rob? There he is. There should be a Mercedes, I think. There they are. It's Gary 5000 TM. That's a new one to me. Not seen. Sorry, it's an Alpine, not a Mercedes. Just going by the colour of the car on the track map. He's on an out lap in a way. So let's switch to Winter Place in the Williams. So, all just about Winter Place today. Obviously, the main focus is going to be on him getting a chance to win the drivers, but Williams also leading the way in the constructors as well. Winter Place crossed the line. He sets a benchmark then for 37.5. So McLaren is just coming across. A Vito, he's 141.0. There's a Haas, that is Baz, it's done a 140.4. And there was a Red Bull crossing the line, either he's invalidated or it was an outlap, so not sure which. Trying to get to the next car before he crossed the line, but I'm not going to, so this time we are going to see a Merc if I can get to him. That was Ventos crossing the line, he's invalidated. He's starting a new lap now, so we're right on board with him. Rather than trying to skip through and see people cross the line all the time. Everybody's doing their first times, their sort of benchmark times, their sort of safe lap times, if you like. And we'll be hoping it's enough on the first attempt to get through Q1, but you never know, you may have to come out again. As Glads goes fastest, Silver Eagle had gone fastest I think, but then Glads has gone fastest on a 36.5. But not quite as quick, so Glads remains P1 as it stands. Still on board with Ventus then. Decent driver and he's taken the Merc to some good results throughout the season. I don't think Ventus will have any real issues getting through Q1, but as I say, there are some drivers here I don't know, so it could be lightning quick for all I know. Most riders cross the line on a 39.2 on the mediums. Bob Dylan, 37.9. Good lap from Bob Dylan. The way things are shaping up, that should see him through. So, Ventos crosses the line on a 38.4. Goes P7, just behind Bob Dylan for the moment. Who else we got? Idle North then in the McLaren. Just coming onto the final corner now. One of my favourite corners of the season, this final corner. Sort of lift into the corner and fly through it pretty much on full throttle. And Idle North goes P8 with a 39.2. Now just waiting for some people to do some outlaps. So let's see if we can catch anyone that's maybe decided to go on and do another lap. This is Bob Dylan. Generally, if they've set a decent time, they're not likely to do another lap because you wouldn't have the energy, sufficient energy, unless you fueled to do a cooldown lap and then another lap after that. So, see a few more join. So, hi guys. If you want to make any comments, please do. I keep an eye on it as best I can throughout the sessions, and I'll react to any comments. So, clearly not doing another lap. Have we got any other newer guy? Oh, Idle North side of qualifying. He's on a 39.2, so those below will need to go quicker than that to go ahead of him. Rob is on a hot lap now, so keep an eye on that. There's the yellow flag out. There is a car that's stopped. It's Tommy Real, I believe, who is out. Just... Yep, so I think, to be honest, it would have been one of the opposition contenders on Q3 is out. We'll give somebody else a chance. It's so important now for Rob to just make sure he gets the time on the board. Same for Junkin and Shamrock when he gets onto the hot lap. He's on an out lap at the moment. Make sure you get that time on the board, and all the others that haven't set one so far. Christo leaving it out late to come out of pits is Rob for pole as a well wide into the... Oh no, edges. Oh, I think I just had a bit of... but he hasn't done. Finding the Aston to... Actually managed to... to match it to this. There's a way of, if you're doing the commentary or whatever, to set it so that you can, you know, get the split to not necessarily a pole position time, 15th place, wouldn't it? If you're watching someone who's trying to get through, but unfortunately is invalidated there. Baz, who's a quarter of the lap and gone quarter of a second quicker. He's on a cool down lap, probably an in lap actually. But there we go. Quasarino. Whichever. It looks like Quasar. Remember that laser tag? Quasar. So I think I'm going to call him Quasarino. I'm sure you tell me if I be getting it wrong. Someone said hello. Hey, Bob. Good to see you online, buddy. And nice laps up there in P6. Should be enough to get you through, unless there's some drastic... You I can actually just call him Quasar. I'm not going to call him Quasar. I could just call him Q, couldn't I? Quasar Q, something like that. Anyway, he's looking to get that Red Bull through too. Anyone that hasn't watched Wheelspin Racing League before, it is an equal performance league, so that cars will get to equal performance. Drunken Shamrock's onto his next lap now. So let's, I think he actually purpled the first sector. I think I saw a glimpse of purple on the track map, and I moved on to him. Bit of lag going on at the moment, my end. Evening, Mario and Top Gotcha. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and supporting. Very much appreciated. Oh yes, we have got a few more in now. For you guys, this is Wheelspin Racing League, and this is the penultimate race of the season, where we could see a champion born. As Drunken Shamrock crosses the line, goes into P8 on a 38.0, looks like he's probably safe. Of course, with the retirement of Tommy Real, we're going to lose two drivers now. Christo is on an outlap, so we'll watch him at some point. Ghost Rider is out for his second run. He's done a 39.2, not 100% confident that's going to get him through, so doing a second run. Let's see what his split time's like over sector 2. Be coming up to the end of sector 2 in a moment. Is he improving? No, it's 2 tenths down at the moment. It's just he's probably using the same tyres. Probably didn't want to use a different set of tyres to try and improve. So now's the moment he needs to decide, does he complete the lap or get into the pits? I mean, it's looking like he's going to be safe there in P12, but you can't try. It's just always a bit dodgy, because everyone below him has come back out. so he is into the pits. He's got enough time to stick a new set of tyres on if he feels he needs to, or he may take the gamble that he's going to be through in a way. Just looking at Ghost Rider's time, 39.215. So he is slower than Idle North, who was obviously retired and is stuck in that 15th position, so it's not really safe. All the Reds is into the pits. Christo is on a lap now, so we'll watch Christo across the line and see if he can improve at all, or not improve, he hasn't settled sun yet, but get himself through. So, through the final corner, opens up the DRS and goes P14, also on a 39.2. Wow, that 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th, all 39.2s. That is tight for getting through. Now, according to my screen, Baz in the Haas is on 4-lap-old sauce, but he is up in sector 1 by just over a quarter of a second. We'll need to find more throughout the lap. Stuck on board with him. Vito has binned it on the hairpin. In fact, we're coming up to him now. So he's lost on the hairpin. Let's go on board with Baz and see if we can spot him. No. His car's actually started moving again. That is his car, and he's retired, but it is... the AI's got it going again, somehow. I think it was enough to make Baz take his eye off what he was doing, and he just had a little touch there on the wall. Hasn't invalidated, but I think it's backed out of it because he's gaining energy back, so he's going to have one more chance. And effectively needs to improve by a second. So we'll stay with Baz because he's the man trying to get through. If he gets through, it would actually knock Christo out. Let's just go to Christo actually, because he's crossing the line. No, he's into the pits, so it's all about Baz now. Can Baz get himself through? So he needs to improve basically by a second. Not quite a second, but it looks like he's on 5-lap-old softs, so it's going to be difficult. Slightly up in sector 1. Just over half a tenth. Through there. And a good line through there, so could well be improving a bit more if we can keep this going. A bit wide through there, and pretty nice there. It's just braking light down for the... not too bad for the hairpin, so I think he's probably improving. We're just about to get the second split time. And he's not, he's a 10th down. Christo's retired out, but that's obviously, he's not got time to lap, so... let's see if Baz can improve it. Oh, he's invalidated in a way now, but he wasn't on for the improvement that he needed. So that confirms we're going to lose Baz, Vito and Tommy Real position-wise, but Idle North is out as well because he crashed. Ghost Rider is actually still on track, still doing a time, so we'll watch him through. He is guaranteed through now, so doesn't need to complete this lap, but he's half a second up. Actually, purple's the second sector. So, not too much scope in the way of setup around here. It's an extreme, it's like Monaco really, it's an extreme high downforce. The only thing you might switch between is some people prefer the full 11-11 downforce, some prefer 10-11. Just gives you a little bit more scope for getting on the power out of corners. But Ghost Rider come across the line. It looks at his steering wheel, I think it was P11. So yeah, he improved to P11 from 12, so went up one position. Just to confirm then, Glads was fastest in that session. Those of you that are watching, so I can see there are a few of you watching that are in ARC, will know Glads because in the server he's called AMZ Games, but he's racing in Tier 2 of ARC, so you recognise him. But anyway, we lose then Idle North, Baz, Vito and Tommy Real. Baz usually up the grid a bit, Tommy Real definitely a bit. I think that's two big ones. Lost Idle North as well. What are all big losses actually, to be fair. And Q1 chance to other guys to get a bit further into qualifying and a bit further up the grid. Despite the likeness to Monaco in the setup senses, it's completely different when it comes to actual on-track action. There's every chance of overtaking around here. You've got to be a bit careful, a bit sensible. You can't just throw it anywhere. So you've got to be a bit sensible, but on the whole, you can definitely overtake around here. The main option is into the straight and then into turn 6 it would be, because a little right-hander would be turn 5. Sorry, I just went quiet for a second. I was taking my medication from the evening. Got to take those, I always go a bit nutty. Not really, sorry, there's some people out on track. Who's first on track then? It's a Red Bull. So it's not that Red Bull, it's not Quasar, it must be the main man himself, the boss man, Bob Dylan. So I've just realised, stream may be suffering a little bit because I've got my phone on Wi-Fi instead of data. Let's take it off of that, there we go. Should help the stream a little bit. I am aware that it can get a bit laggy sometimes. We still don't have fibre internet in where I live, out in the sticks in Devon. So it is actually being installed very, very soon where I live, and I'll be getting it straight away. But, for the moment, we've got a part with our 4G hub for free. Seems to do the job pretty well though. This talking rubbish, by the way, is me trying to fill time until Bob Dylan actually starts loud. He's going to be our target time. He's going to set his first time on mediums. It's interesting how some people do it, isn't it? Because ideally you would like to get through on mediums here, if you can. So for me, I would have been on the set of softs that I used in Q1 to set a sort of target time. But the vast majority of the field goes straight on the mediums. So, you know, it is a long lap, so you don't have... You don't get the chance to do as many runs as you might around a shorter track. Means that Bob Dylan's going to catch the Haas of ET. Good first sector from Bob Dylan. ET gets well out of the way. That was nice to see. Oh, and Bob Dylan's invalidated, so we'll go to the next Red Bull of Quasar. See how he can do. So we haven't talked strategy yet, so... For starters, fastest. Oh, Quasar spun it under the bridge and is into the wall, and that will be the end of qualifying for Quasar. So one ball invalidated, the other is out. What a shame for Quasar. He's one of the ones I've not seen before, so it would have been interesting. This is the other man I've not seen before, but he's invalidated, unfortunately. Who's the car behind him? I believe it's a Merc. It is the Merc of Fentos, who is out on softs. let's see if Ventus can set us a decent benchmark time. As the Alpha gets out the way quite nicely. Shouldn't have affected Ventus at all there. And he crosses the line then and goes 37.9, so decent benchmark time. We've got an Alpha, is it? I think. Yep, Ghost Rider just coming around on his medium lap. Goes 140.9. I think the other Alpha is next on track, so yeah, Rob for pole. Is Rob up for pole at the moment? He's doing a medium lap as well. Comes through the final corner. Greatest corners in the game, I really do love it. And Rob goes P2. 39.2, so 1.7 quicker than his teammate. Glads then sets the fastest time on the mediums of a 37.1, that's quick. And Reds goes P3 on a 39.0 on the softs. Electra freezes into the pits. Someone's just crossing the line now. Winter Place goes 37.9 on the softs into P2. There's an Alpha, so this must be Silver Eagle, who's crossing the line, goes P2, 37.3. Another fantastic lap on the mediums. And we have a Haas. So you'd see around the final corner, opens up the DRS and goes fastest, 36.6 on the mediums. It's an outstanding lap. What a lap. That is quick. That is very, very quick. Bob Dylan's unfortunately invalidated his next lap as well. So Christo and Junk and Shamrock are both on outlaps. Let's have a quick look through. I don't think ET would be bothering to go again. I don't think Glads or Silver Eagle will be needing to go again. I think they'll be happy and be starting on the mediums. Into place now, he's on a slow lap. And tosses into the pits. Reds is only a 10.5 down at the end of sector 2. But that looks like he slowed right down, so... Rob for pole's up. Just over a 10th. He's coming into the pits, I think. Is he? Looked like he slowed down there for me. He has. It's definitely not the line you'd be taking through there, so it's clearly slowed down. Crystal and Drunken Shamrock still on the laps. Anyone else? Silver Eagle's definitely not on the lap. This is in the garage. Reds is a 10th up in the first sector. In fact, he's purpled the first sector. These two Reds, so let's stay on board with him. And I would sort of say that this isn't a track you particularly want to be starting on a set of tyres you've done multiple laps on. Ideally, you want to get it done in one shot. Also imperative to start as high up the grid as you can as well. That's the thing. It's although overtaking is very much possible here as opposed to Monaco, for example, but it's still not easy to overtake. So I'd preferably like to be as high up the grid as possible to start the race. If Reds is going through to complete the lap, so first lap was 39.0, he crossed the line 38.7, so a quarter of a second quicker, just over. He's P6. Electra Freeze then. Looking to, or actually, no, let's go to Christo, because he's coming up to complete his lap on the mediums. The Ferrari. So Christo round the final corner, over the line. 140.8 puts him P9 for the moment. And Drunken Shamrock shouldn't be too far behind yet. He's next on track. After him, it's a Red Bull, but that must be Bob Dylan on an out lap, actually. So Drunken Shamrock across the line. What can he do on the mediums? He does a 38.7 and goes P6 for the moment. Let's go to Electra Freeze then. We know he's on a hot lap. In fact, his purpled the second sector. Sauce. Electra Freeze, definitely another one of the pacey drivers in the league. Whether it's pacey enough for a pole position around here, I don't know. This might give us some indication of that though. So crosses the line, it's going to be a 37.1. So he goes P3. And that is just that one lap done on those softs, so that's not a bad situation for Electra Freeze. Drunken Shamrock and T-Red's definitely not doing an extra lap, so... Is Christo? No, he's not. So let's go on board with Bob Dylan. He's furthest around the track on the lap, so... Such a barrier there, I think that's a terrible camera that Cody's given us. Smooth to the onboard camera. That's all done very nicely, very clean. Take some curb there, I like it, he's attacking the curbs. Into the final corner. Looks like it's going to be decent. Bob Dylan over the line, 38.1 is enough to put him in P7, but on the mediums. Now let's now then go to Gary, who's coming over into the final corner now to set his first time in Q2, and that's a 37.2. That puts him in P4. That's a fine lap on the mediums as well. That's a beautiful lap from the Alpine man. I wouldn't imagine... Well, Bob Dylan's already done a couple of laps on these mediums, so I don't think he's likely to be going again. He's not. So 9.3 down on the first sector, so... And he hasn't got time, I don't think... Well, he's definitely not got time, Bob Dylan, to get round and come in and put a new set of boots on. So, Rob Rapol is out. Looks like it's an in-pits retirement. I would say that Rob is prioritising tyre choice there over track position. And it looks like Ghost Rider and Christo, neither are out. So are they doing the same? Would they rather take tyre choice than sneaking into Q3? They technically have enough time to get the button now. But doesn't look like they are, so I think that might be the end of qualifying. Gary's just coming down on an in-lap. Oh, Christo is out. Okay, Christo has come out to see if he can improve. It looks like Ghost Rider has decided that he's also going to take tyre choice. So, sorry, we still didn't go into the potential strategies. Fastest around here, in my opinion, is a medium to hard strategy. There's not a gigantic amount in it. The only worry for me starting on softs is that you've got to pick quite early. And potentially can fall down the order track position wise and be sort of slowed down. If you're fighting at the front to start with, you can end up in traffic, which can harm you. Christo goes wide there, attacks the barrier, but that won't have done any damage, so he'll still be able to get his lap in. If you're starting on softs, I would suggest you're probably doing a 2-stop around here, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It is a very short pit lane in Singapore. So, you know, doing a two-stop isn't a bad way to go. It's just different. I don't think the time difference between the two strategies is very much, so you can do either or. Christo then starts his final lap and final attempt to get into Q3. Just looking at Reds is in P10 on a 38.7, which means Christo needs to go basically 2 points. Well, he needs to go 2.1 seconds quicker to actually displace Reds. Ghost Rider, it says, is on night lap. Unless Ghost Rider has got a completely different timer to me, the qualifying's finished, so I'm not quite sure why he's on night lap. So Christo coming into the hairpin under the bridge now, and very close to the barrier, but I don't think touched it. It's that horrible angle again from Cody's. Yeah, I've no idea why Ghost Rider came out. This is on a postcard. Ghost Rider, you watching? You normally watch the stream. Why did you just come out then? Christo. Go on, lads. Not that I want Reds to go out, by the way, but Christo making a good fist of it here. He could do this. He has done it. That's a 38.4. That's got him comfortably through into Q3. So Reds will be out. Unfortunately, I've just realised, how has nobody told me that I'm not in a party and everybody on the grid's going to be hearing what I'm saying? Right, I've just put myself into a party. So now they can't hear me. I've been putting them right off. Now everybody that's crashed is going to blame me for saying something at the wrong time. So in a way, E.T., Glads, Electra Freeze, Gary, Eagle, Place, Fentos, Bob Dylan, Christo, and someone else's fruit. I was away and forgot to run down. Yeah. Ah, there we go. What was happening then? Oh, it's Fentos. I think was the one I didn't mention. It's got fruit. Shamrock, did I mention? I can't remember. Anyway, we are into Q3 for the pole position shootout. We don't need timer actually, let's get rid of that. Delta, telemetry. That's it. Get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go. So, anybody gonna have a little punt at who they think's gonna take pole position in the chat? Who's your money on, guys? I think it's really difficult. That's Matt from, I've forgotten who did it now. Was it ET on the mediums? Did the 36.6? That's got to make him a clear favourite, I think. But you never know, 'cause you've got to do it on the lap. Right, so who was first out on track? It looks like it was an Aston, so that would probably be Glads, would it? Yes, it is Glads. Although it could have, I'm sorry, there is two Astons in Q3, so it could have been Dragon Shamrock. Who appears to be just behind him on track, actually. I think. No, he ain't that great. Actually, no, that isn't. That's an Alpine behind him, I think. The other Aston's still in the pits. So, Glads is going to set the benchmark for pole position. So he opens up DRS and gets his first attempt started. See, pushing the track limits as far as he can without actually invalidating. See, using all of the track, it's a great sight to behold. An F1 driver pushing the limits as far as they can. Try and squeeze every last tenth of a second, hundredth of a second, thousandths of a second even of their time to maybe the difference between a position or two for the start. It's an extremely tidy lap. It's a little bit wide through that one, but uses the curb nicely on the exit, so still got good exit speed. Attacks that curb, just the way forward. Yeah, I like that line through there. That's pretty decent. I think it's going to be a good lap from Glads. I've not seen any obvious mistakes. Comes over the line, and it's a 36.0. That is an outstanding lap. Winter placed as 36.8 and goes P2. The Alpine of Gary 37.0 for free. This is Electra Freeze 37.2, puts in P4. The Haas ET goes 35.9. Snatches provisional pole off of Glads. Gets this car in time. There he was. It was Fentos, he's done 37.2 as well. And he goes P5, so the two Mercs P5 and P6. The other Aston of Drunken Shamrock is on an out lap. Bob Dylan's on a hot lap, and according to the track map, he was purple in Sector 1. See, riding with the minimal amount of fuel, the red fuel light already flashing. Very nicely through the hairpin. And up to the end of Sector 2 is 104.6. That's nice. That's a nice entry. Exit and entry through that chicane, and a little bit wide through there. And again, uses the full curb that he can, clips the wall on the exit there. Hasn't damaged and can finish the lap, and it was 38.0. It's in P7 for the moment. Let's just see. Everyone into the pits. Oh, come on, there's only 10. I can't take this long to get to them. Winter places into the pits. Obviously, ET's going to go in the pits. There's a Merc. They are into the pits. Everybody into the pits. Christo then. The Ferrari is on his hot lap. Let's see what he can do. Oh no, my batteries are low. Batteries are low, so I'm going to change them now because I don't want them running out when everybody's doing their pole position shootout. Right, there we go. Let's change those. Right throughout the race now. So, Christo 38.0, but yes, 38.0, only 8 thousandths of a second off of Bob Dylan. So, Christo into P8, Silver Eagles on an outlap, suggesting he's only going to get the one run in. Christo, Bob Dylan, just checking these guys just to make sure they're not doing another lap. Should all have time to get round, get in a new set of boots. It's only Silver Eagle, I don't think it's going to have enough time to do that. Maybe wrong. Through the final sector now. Yeah, and he's going to cross the line in about 3.5 minutes to go. Lap about 1.5 minutes, and then in lap he's got no chance of being able to do another run. So this is definitely Silver Eagle's only run. So we'll watch that. The only thing he can do is if he does invalidate sort of in the first half of the lap, he can cool down, get some energy back in order to go again. So I suggest that's why he's come out of this time, so he's probably carrying an extra lap of fuel. Which is why his fuel light's not flashing. Very attacking through there. He's purpled the first sector. He's definitely one of the very quick guys on track, so we could potentially be watching a pole position lap. Flying sector 2, that is nothing to worry about. It's just people letting others through. He's purple sector 2 as well, Silver Eagle. He is definitely in with a chance. So it looks pretty good. Attacks that curb nicely. Comes out of there quickly. This is a small amount of curb. Maybe affects his exit slightly, but into the final corner, over the line he goes, 36.1, which puts him P3. I think maybe he just lost a bit in the final sector. He was absolutely flying before that. Into place. Let's see. That car's on like that. Silver Eagle's done his run. So I think Winter Place is going to be the first to do his final run. So that's right on board with him. He's 3 seconds down though, so he's obviously doing another lap. Who's that behind him? It's a Ferrari, so it must be Christo, but he's on an out lap. Who's next then? It's Gary. Right, and Gary, he's coming up to the end of Sector 1 in just a moment. He's got the right-hand kink. So across, he's 2.8 down. Bob Dylan then is 1/1000th up of a second up in the first sector. If you remember, at the time of his first run, he did purple the first sector. He's clipped the barrier. His end plate's still there, so hopefully he's not sustained any damage. It is a lap where you're likely to clip the barrier once or twice throughout the race. He's very slow through there. I think maybe let's watch him through sector 2, but yeah, he's 2.3 down now. He's still bombing it around to see if he can get onto another lap, but he's not going to make it, I'm afraid. Glads is up by quarter of a second. He is on a provisional pole lap into the final sector. Where is ET? ET's in the first sector, so we'll be able to see his response. Into the final corner. This final sector's all looked good to me. So, is this pole? It's P2. He's missed out by 700ths of a second. Drunken Shamrock is into the pits. So we need to go on board. Well, I was going to say we need to go on board the VT. He's just smashed the ball, and his car will need some quick repairs before the race. So only one left then, and that is Christo, who's just approached where ET had crashed. So let's see. Christo just... No, he's not on a proper lap, because the sector time is up at the end of the straight. So that is qualifying over. Winter place, maybe? He's still going. Yeah, he's a couple of attempts up. So winter place, a couple of attempts. Wouldn't be enough to gain any places, but I don't know if sector 3 maybe where he can gain a lot of time. So 36, 5, 3 attempts gained, keeps him P5, and he's crossed the line, and that is the end of qualifying. Christo just needs to complete his lap. So that is the end of qualifying. So it's pole position for ET the Gamer, but Haas have got a job on their hands to try and repair that car in time for the race. TTV Glads takes P2. So close to pole position. It's very unlucky. Gary, who I think is on debut tonight, reserving in the Alpine, takes a fantastic P3. Silver Eagle P4. Winter place, our potential championship winner this evening, is in P5, so he'll be pleased to be starting in a strong position. Fentos in P6, Electrofreeze P7, Drunken Shamrock's in 8th, Bob Dylan in a brilliant P9, and Christo in P10. But just 8 thousandths of a second to Bob Dylan. Mighty, mighty close. Which is great, and should prove to be brilliant to give us a nice close race. So there is our qualifying order. Excellent. So I'm going to take a quick break, guys, while I got a chance. So I need to refill my drink, amongst other things. So I'm going to just take a quick break. I'll be back with you very shortly for the race, and with some standings. So I'll see you shortly. Right, hello again everyone, and we are back for the formation lap, followed by 31 laps of Singapore. Never understood that. One of the longest laps of the season, and it's 31 laps long, this race. It's a huge race. One thing to fall. Just get the position change up for the start of the race. No, we don't want that data. We want full track map. There we go. Get rid of that, use this for the start. So as promised, while these guys are doing a formation lap, I am going to get some standings up for us to have a look at. So we'll start with the drivers. That's me. I'm going to have to refresh. Using Lightstream, every time you want to change your screen, you've got to refresh every blooming time. It's annoying. Right then, so you should be seeing the Drivers' Championship standings on your screen. Winter placing, as you can see, 52.5 points in the lead. So Silver Eagle has to beat him on track tonight to keep the championship alive. Otherwise, Winter place is champion. Yeah, JD Racer too far back. Not with us tonight, I don't think, JD Racer. So that is an opportunity for Glads to catch him. ET in P5, Jonathan Shamrock 6th, Reds in 7th, Fentos, Tommy Real and Bob Dylan in P9. So that's our drivers. So the main two to look out for then is Winter Place and Silver Eagle. As the winning of the championship. Let's have a look at the constructors. Will it let me do it without having to refresh? Come on, Lightstream, you can do it because they're getting close to the start. There we go. Right, then you should now have the constructors up on your screen, so you can see Williams leading the way from Alfa Romeo by 36.5 points. Then Ferrari and Aston extremely close, just 7 points between them for third. So those are the teams. The final driver is coming round onto the grid, so let's get back to the race. Please don't make me miss the start just because you've got to refresh. Lights are out and we are go, and ET looks like he's got off the line pretty well, but the Alpine of Gary flew off the line. ET runs wide and the Aston of Glads has taken the lead, so he's into P1, trying to keep an eye behind. It looks like a Ferrari is down at the back. Christo's had a moment, something's happened to him, so he's down at the back. Can't see any obvious damage for him, so looks like on the whole everybody's gone off okay. As Glads and ET continue their fight. I wonder if Gary realises he's ahead of the two championship rivals. There's a virtual safety car. What's that for? Oh, there is a car without its wing. Ghost Rider has no front wing. There he is. Is there another car ahead that didn't either? They've all got their wings. Yeah, so it looks like the VSC's had to... Oh, it's a full safety car now. And it's just for debris. Fortunately, it's for Ghost Rider's wing. He's stuck on the track somewhere. He'll be happy to see a safety car out, I suppose, because he can come in, get his new wing, and get on round to the pits. Get back round to the back of the safety car. Just looking at the positions gained then, Tommy Real was the big gainer off of the start, up 6 places already from the back of the grid to P12. But also Quasar up 5 places for Red Bull, actually managed to get ahead of his teammate Bob Dylan. start. So from 14th to 9th. That's the two big gainers. The big loser obviously was Christo. Something happened to him at the start. But obviously that's also going to be Ghost Rider because he has to come into the pits and he's now in the pits. Did anybody else come in? Vito's come in. Idle North's come in. Baz has come in. Christo's come in. So let's change that two tyres. Let's see what they will put on now. Baz had started on hards. Ghost Rider goes to softs. Christo to mediums. Vito to mediums. Idle North to hards. Make the shout, even with no more safety cars, I don't think we're going to get to the end even on a set of hards. Usually the hards will do a full race, but probably not around here. So, yes, it's multiple stops there. But all will make their way back round to the back of the safety car. And we will go again with everybody still bunched up, which is pretty cool. Also, Glad's taking the lead into turn 1 off the start. E.T. didn't seem to react badly, it's just he didn't seem to get the speed going as quickly as the two behind him. But Gary didn't manage to make up any positions, but definitely flew off the line the quickest out of those guys. Oh! And that's Ghost Rider out. Ghost Rider has dropped it under safety car. And he is out. That may extend the safety car period slightly. We're going to have to be a bit careful. Including you, Idle North. Be a bit careful here, buddy. That's it. So we'll clear the car now. Shouldn't really affect the length of the safety car, but obviously unfortunate to lose Ghost Rider so early. So let's go on board with Vito so we can see when he catches the back. So yeah, at the moment for the championship concern, Silver Eagle is leading into place. Stands right now, he'd pick up 12 points to Winter Place's 10, so that actually wouldn't be enough because Winter Place is 52.5 points ahead. So as it stands right now, Winter Place would be guaranteed the title by at least half a point if we finish the race in these positions. Just a reminder for those of you watching, may not have heard it earlier on, the final race of the season is a double points race. So actually, no, sorry, 50.5 points wouldn't be guaranteed because of the potential for the fastest lap point as well for Silver Eagle in the final race. So, to actually be guaranteed the title this evening, he would need to be the 52.5 points he is now. So he effectively, in order to take the title today, he has to finish ahead of Silver Eagle. Or for Silver Eagle not to score, and do it as well. The Constructors is going to be open into the final race anyway, because obviously there's massive points on offer in the Constructors, potentially 88 points available for 1, 2 and fastest lap. So that will be carrying on regardless into the final race of the season. Everybody has caught up now, and I believe the safety car has sped off from Glad's, which means we are getting ready to go racing once more. So top 5 all at the moment on mediums, and Electrofreeze in 6th and Fentos in 8th on softs. He doesn't want to allow Glad's a chance to get away too easily here, and it looks like Glad's goes just before the final corner. Has anybody got a run on the guy in front of them? It doesn't look like they have. Essentially the two Red Bulls. So, off the restart, Glads holds P1. Is ET going to get close enough here? He's not, I don't think, no. So, Glads will take control of the race at the moment. I don't think ET's about to let him disappear though. Let's just go down to Christo in a moment because he is very much on the back of Baz. Middle Norris just dropped back a bit. He's come out on the hards and is trying to keep pace at the moment. As we all know, hards take a good few laps to actually settle in. They do settle in. They are a very good tyre to use around here. Still very close to the back of Baz there. He's clearly got some pace. There is a move between the two Red Bulls. I've accidentally just saved a screenshot. And the Red Bull having a look at the Alpine as well. Or no, sorry, that's the Alpine having a look at the Red Bulls. Can he get them both? He has. Reds has taken both Red Bulls. That's an outstanding move. That's one for the scrapbook, Reds. Nice move, buddy. Bob Dylan's trying to see if he can get him back. It looks like Reds has created just about enough gap to not come under any pressure. All still really bunched up at the moment. It's hard to pick a battle because they're all so close. This is Electra Freeze on the back of Drunken Shamrock. This is a move that Electra Freeze would like to get done because they're just falling off the top 5 a little bit. So we'd like to get this done as soon as possible. DRS should activate next lap. If the opportunity arises for Electra Freeze to get it done earlier, I'm sure you'd take it. But at the moment it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, there's another move. Red Bull's involved again. It's Tommy Real getting past the second Red Bull of Quasar. And now he's sandwiched between them. Or has he just made a move? I think Bob Dylan's run wide. Oh, and Electra Freeze is dropping down the order. He's not out, but he's spun and he's completely smashed his front wing up. Maybe trying too hard to get that move done. His teammate then, Fentos, has moved up into P6 to take that battle on, but he's now over 4 seconds behind Winter Place. I'm not quite getting this. Something else has happened, hasn't it? Drunken Shamrock in P11. Okay. So that settles that. At the moment, Glad's still holding. I've just lost all my interval times, but at the moment, I think Glad's has actually extended a bit of a lead out here. I think he's got about 1.5 seconds ahead of ET. Just getting my times back now. Would be so kind to carry on. So Bob Dylan and Electra. It was Bob Dylan. I knew somebody else had dropped down. It was Bob Dylan. So he's into the pits. He sticks a fresh set of softs on, so he'll be quick for a while. Electra Freeze goes with a fresh set of mediums. I'm pleased to have my interval times back, Roadmasters. I'm on a decent battle at the moment in a way. Fentos under attack from T-Reds. In turn, T-Reds is under attack from Tommy Real. And Tommy Real makes a lunge at the inside of the chicane, the hairpin, and he's made it work. He had a beautiful aerial view of that one. He had to trust there in T-Reds a little bit, not to turn in on him. Because if he had, it probably would have ended his race. But T-Red's shown great awareness, and Tommy Real makes the move stick. And he will now go after Fentos. Just switch back to remove one of those. say that Tommy Real would have been someone who was definitely in with a shout of going for pole, and that's the Red Bull. Quasar has lost it off the curb. I think that's going to be a safety car. It is. And Silver Eagle picks up a penalty. 3 seconds. Now, who can pit? Well, Ferrari's pitted a Cristo. I don't know what's carried on. Bogdan and Electro-Freeze already pitted last lap, so I'd imagine they'll just carry on and take advantage of the fact that they can move back up to the back of the pack. Cristo is the only one that's managed to take advantage of a quick pit stop there. That may earn him a few places. They should all have Delta at the moment, so it may not do it, but it's possible. Some position changes showing here. What's going on? Oh, that wasn't Baz, that was Shamrock. Drunken Shamrock. I think. I can't see any damage on his car, but I'm sure it was him. It's a bit of a moment. Bob Dylan has pitted in a way and gone to a set of mediums. It's probably still too early to think about the hards to the end. It's one of those situations where you probably could push them, but they'd be very slow later on. So not ideal. So until the front runners now come back round, you would suggest that probably the soft tyre drivers, which is only Fentos actually, in P6, you would suggest it probably is ideal for him to make a stop on the safety car. On the other hand, he's going to drop down quite far, so he may choose to stay on the tyres. ET is in the pits, so he's making a stop. So I'm saying about the hards struggling to make it to the end from here, but actually, when you consider we're probably going to have a couple more laps under safety car, we're probably not going to go again until lap 10, so that would be 22 laps for the hards. Definitely push out that far. Is ET out the pits now? He is. So ET comes out in P9 on a fresh set of hards to attempt to go to the end. Of course, going to the end is reliant on no more safety cars, otherwise it doesn't really work, does it? Riddle North appeared to be ghosted, but he looks like he's back in full body and mind now. So everybody down the back, Electro-Freeze stayed out, but he's only on 1 lap old mediums, so makes sense. But everybody else decided to pit. So now it's changed things again, so the front guys obviously will have track position, but will they get the opportunity to pit under safety car themselves? If not, as ET just made potentially the greatest move he could have, and going to hards now. It's a gamble from ET, but gambles pay off sometimes, and maybe this one will. I'm still suggesting I don't think Idle North can make it to the end on that set of hards. If he's listening to me, perhaps he'll try and prove me wrong. But and I suggest Drunken Shamrock is going to try and push, and Rob for pole actually on the hards. The initial sort of when we get going again, the hards will be pretty slow compared to the guys who have stuck new mediums on, but it doesn't take a long time. It's only 3 or 4 laps for the hards to settle in, and it's still a bit slower at that point, but a lot closer though. Tommy Real is in, so that's odd. Sure, I can only assume he's picked up damage on that last lap, because otherwise surely he would have pitted the previous lap. But Drunken Shamrock's in. He'd stuck hards on, so Tommy Real is off. It doesn't look like that was a long one, so it doesn't look like that's a damage change. He's gone to hards. Drunken Shamrock comes in, decides he doesn't want to go on the hards, and puts the mediums on. So that suggests to me that he's doing another stop. I'm not getting mediums to the end from here. Just ride with Bob Dylan for the moment, because it will be him catching up to... What a shame to see Bob Dylan actually down at the back at the moment. He had a very good qualifying. Himself into Q3 and was like P9, I think, wasn't it? Unfortunately, he was involved in an incident. There was some very close racing between him, his teammate who's now out. But it was them that were sort of being attacked from behind. But I've not seen what happened to Bob Dylan, but his teammate lost it himself, so that wasn't caused by anyone else. He just lit his tyres up on the curb and got shoved across into the wall on the other side. So let's just see. Just messaged me. Officially got 42 minutes until my next race. I got to. Still fit. We should still be okay. Singapore on 50% distance, probably the longest race of the season. To be fair, as I mentioned earlier on, it's a very long lap. It's as long as Spa, but a lot more laps. Maybe not quite as long as Spa, but you know what I mean. So we are getting going again, and here's me sat watching the back guys. Let's then Glads holds on to P1 once more. He's made enough of a gap. Ferrari that's behind him in his debutante's race. I'm still watching the stream myself, by the way, so any comments or anything that you want to make, please do. Welcome back to you. Let's see it. Tommy Reel's falling down to the back. I don't think there was anything. I think that was just being overtaken. He's on the hard, so he's not likely to be able to battle just yet. As say, it's the same for Rob. As you can see, the ones behind him are all over the back of him now. It's part of it. You've just got to allow the tyres to bed in. I know right now, while you're first starting, you think, oh my goodness, how slow are these tyres, but it works, trust me, just stick with it. Mind you, ET further up the field in P7 is having completely the opposite at the moment. He's attacking the back of Vito. Not only that, he's managed to create a gap to the car behind as well. Ventos. I didn't notice that Ventos had come in actually for a set of new mediums, so he's doing alright at the moment. He's running P8 on a fresh set of mediums. Actually, we're not getting much in the way of comments. I'm going to just stick my phone on charge because I could use it for the next race. I will try and check it every so often. T picks up, and I think that's the second penalty. It was the first one. No, sorry, it's Silver Eagle we were wrong, wasn't it? So that's ET's first. I'm sure there'll be a lot more penalties before the end. Something then did happen to Tommy Reel. He's into the pits. Let's get back to ET. He's actually just fallen off the back of Vito a little bit. Oh, he's being swamped. Oh, he's lost his wing. ET's lost his wing. Oh dear, what a horrible position to be in. It's not an easy track to let people through when your car just wants to run wide in every single corner. So ET's lost his wing. Tommy Reel's out of the pits, a long way back now. He hasn't changed tyres, Tommy Rill, so I can only assume he had a drive-through penalty. Got any close battles at the moment? Drunken Shamrock is on the back of Christo. They're all on the back of each other at the moment, but he's the closest. Race control confirming that DRS is now enabled. TTV Glads has worked out 2.3 seconds to Gary. As Dylan picks up a penalty. That was a Mercedes into the pits. That was Fentos. So he must have had some sort of contact. And he comes in and sticks on a fresh set of mediums. Then it's a long way to go for a set of mediums from here to the end. I don't really fancy that. So you've got to put something on. So Christo looking to make a move up the inside on Baz. Baz runs slightly wide while defending, but does defend it. And puts his car in the right position around the sort of hairpin type corner. He asked him right on the back of the Ferrari and a bit too close. No damage. It looked like they may be touched. So Dylan's just gotten ahead of Electra Freeze and the car behind. Electra Freeze is going slow. Is he? No? Okay. Back to these guys. It's not an ideal position for Christo. Obviously he wants to get on the... Oh, and Drunken Shamrock's round for the curb. Oh, thank goodness Ghostin's on. That would have ended in another safety car otherwise. Pretty smart to have Ghostin on around tracks like this, in my opinion. So, this is Rob for pole on the back of Electra Freeze. I'm trying to keep an eye on the gaps, and this is easily our closest one at the moment. In fact, Rob for pole gets through because Electra Freeze is coming into the pits. So he's in, and Rob for pole makes his way into P10. In the final points position, Idle North moves up as well into P11. And Drunken Shamrock into P12. So where's our next battle? I think it is here. It's Christo on the back of Baz. He's got DRS. Can he get the move done into turn 5? He does. And makes the corner nicely, so he doesn't need to give it back. It's a fine move from Christo. Electra Freeze comes out then behind ET the Gamer, so into P15. So now our two championship rivals are up to P3 and P4. Silver Eagle in winter place. Have we got any close battles? Struggling a little bit, still these guys. Obviously it was Christo got past Baz. Baz sticking at the moment within the 1 second for the DRS. And he maybe... Oh, Drunken Shamrock actually is caught up to the back of Idle North in the McLaren. So let's take a look at that one. Electra Freeze picked up 3 seconds. I'd say we're likely to see a lot of those popping up throughout the race. Drunken Shamrock really on the back of Idle North. He'll pick up DRS on the home straight, so will he be able to get the move done into turn 1, or will he have to wait until the next straight? Looks like he's going to get it done pretty comfortably into turn 1. He does. And moves into P11. He can now get off after Rob for poles in P10 on the hards. Let's have a look then. Christo is on the back of Vito. CT picks up another 3 seconds. He also sets the fastest lap of the race so far of 39.0. We've got a yellow and set to 3. What is that? That is Electra Freeze. He is out. I think he's retired in the pits. I can't see. He's not on track. His car's not on track. He is retired in the pit lane. for whatever reason. Desperate to try and get past Vito here. Here's Baz. All over the back of him. On same age tyres, these two. Trafford City. Oh, it looks like Vito's peeling off into the pits. He does indeed, and moves out of everybody's way. Probably sensible. It's quite clear that his tyres were starting to give up on him. So let's have a look then. Christo and Bob Dylan. Oh, and that was Baz. He's lost it out of turn 3 and has hit the barrier. He's still going. Both McLarens into the pits. Doesn't look like the double stacks. I think they did that okay. But Baz, I assume he's lost his wing. He's not lost his wing, but he's lost the front left end plate. So right-handers are going to be a nightmare for the rest of this lap until he can escape back to the pits. AT's just gotten ahead of Fentos, the other Haas, so he's back up to P11 now. VT obviously pitted again because he was the one that he'd pitted for hards, hadn't he? Vito's now pitted. He stuck the hards on, so we saw him come into the pits. He stuck the hards on. He's going to the end, as I think Rob for pole is. And Glads, we're not seeing the guys at the front because they're spaced out, and Glads has created more than a 6-second lead at the moment. Rob for pole's got that damage. There seems to be more carbon fibre there. Yeah, the rest of his wings come off now. So into the pits, Baz will come. There's Christo and Bob Dylan are side by side. It looks like Bob Dylan might still side by side, but I think Bob Dylan's got this. Who's got the DRS? It's Christo. Oh, Bob Dylan's going to come under attack from both of them now. So Christo and Rob for pole make their way past the Red Bull. Ogden will have to settle in behind, see what he can do. So Baz then is on his way out the pits. He's stuck on a set of hards. He's already used earlier in the race, but only 2 laps old, so he's going to the end quite comfortably on those, in the hope that he can gain some positions when others have to pit. But it's quite pretty difficult actually. It looks to me that he'd only make up one position maybe when a pit stop occurs. So now Christo's got him past. It looks like he's creating a gap to Rob. Bob Dylan, I imagine, will be pretty annoyed about Rob getting past as well. One thing, the Ferrari getting past on his mediums, but Rob getting past on the hards is a bit annoying for him. A little bit of lock up there. And drunken shot now on the back of this as well, as and he's passed. Oh, Bob Dylan's into the pits. Okay. Just put on a set of medium. The guys at the front, the top 4, have all done 16 laps on their mediums now, so I'm going to suggest that it is doable. Junkin Shamrock, I think he's just left the session. I think he's lost connection. So he's in P7 at the moment. If that was him losing connection, you should see that gap to ET start coming down pretty quickly. struggling for a battle now. Nobody's really close. Rob is still on back of Christo. I think Christo reaching the point where those mediums will be starting to get a little bit slower. And where the crossover is sort of happening, where the hards are becoming, you know, at least the same pace as those mediums at the moment. So Bob pitted. He's come out of the pits in P11 and has a set of hards on. Not ideal for him. I don't mean to set out. I get him putting hards on to go to the app. Between him and 10th place is there's sitting on 4 old mediums on brand new fresh mediums. Oh, we got a safety car. Why have we got a safety car? Nobody's retired. What happened? Answers on a postcard. I have no idea. Drunken Shamrock for some reason has put on a set of softs. Possibly the only fresh ones he had left. Well, I think we can guarantee the top 4 are all going to pit. When they come round. See, Reds has pitted. He's not going to be close enough to the cars ahead to make any places up out of this. But he's come out in 5th, which is means he's having a good race. Let's just have a look at the position changes actually. Now, where's the position changes? There it is. Yeah, so Red's up 6 places at the moment. He's the joint biggest gainer with Tommy Rill, who's currently running in P12. So the hards to the end strategy has just completely gone out the window. It's now mediums to the end. Apart from Drunken Shamrock, who's going to try his softs to the end. It's going to be very racy when we get going again to start with, there's no doubt about that. So our biggest loser out of the ones that have started so far is ET. So he's pole position, he's currently running P10. So let's go back to the tyres. Who's had the most stops today? Got a few free stoppers. Vito, Bob Dylan, ET, Shamrock, Christo, all free stopping so far. So as predicted, the top 4 are all in at the same time. Gary has gone to hards, while the other 2 have gone to sauce. I think, Gary, I'm sorry to say, I think that's a mistake. Thing is, the soft guys are going to have such a time advantage when we restart. They're going to work out such a lead that by the time the hards are actually about to tire, he's just not going to have enough laps to pull anything back, I'm afraid. So on this occasion, I think the switch to softs would have been the better idea. Bearing in mind, we're going to be under safety car, probably get going again on lap 21. So be yeah, I mean, well, if we're going again on lap 21, that's 11 laps. Softs won't like it, going 11 laps, but they'll be quick enough. Certainly for Glads, who's going to be able to just pull out a lead, unless Silver can get ahead of Gary straight away. If he has to wait until he gets DRS to make the move, then Glads will have already worked out a good 4, 5, 6 second lead by then. I'll do more from the pits once again. We're going to be waiting for McLarens to catch up, so I'm pretty sure we aren't going to go again until lap 21. I'm just going to take the opportunity just to nip off a second. I'll be back very shortly. looks like I was right and we're going to get going again. McLarens want to make sure they catch up to the back of the field. I don't think they're going to have any issues in doing that. Fair. Let's go to the two McLarens. So interesting, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard tire runners left on the track out of 15 drivers. For me, the soft guys have probably made the right call. Fresh mediums be the best tire to be on, but because of the safety cars we've had in that, I don't think people have got very many left. The McLarens are both going to catch up. Just about. Can't we go on another lap? Oh, we are going another lap. I thought that was the last lap. I thought they had to come in that lap, the safety car. So we're going to go another one, which means we'll get like going on that suits the soft tires runners even more. Now, so my prediction is going to be that assuming no incidents happen particularly, then as Christo and Tommy Real come into the pits, Tommy Real's picked up a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Christo. They both come in and stick softs on. Go on this extra lap, that's the way to go. And they could, you never know, still pick up a point or two at the end of this race. Yeah, I think for me, from now, I definitely predict Glads to be the race winner, assuming everything goes fine. I don't think Silver Eagle would take too long to dispatch Gary, but it just depends a bit on how much of a lead he can get. You know, before Silver Eagle gets past. But you've got to say that for championship wise, it's looking better for Silver Eagle right now. He probably wished that Winter Place wasn't picking up the points he is. Winter Place obviously penalty free, so that's going to be a factor as well. I think with the points that Winter Place is picking up, it's going to come down to the fact that he's going to need to retire or finish out of the points in the final race to give Silver Eagle a chance. So, I'm going to predict Glads to win, Silver Eagle P2. Then I think Gary will hold on to P3. I think he can still pick up a podium in his first race, which would be an outstanding result. He's had a good race as well, Gary. Enjoyed watching him today. Something's happened to Vito. Vito is out. He's crashed it just before the safety car restart. Safety car will not come out. Can't come out on a restarted lap, I believe. Dragon Shamrock loses 2 places straight away to ET and Baz. The 2 Haas move into the points. Tommy Real gets ahead of Idle North. That's an important move for him to make. He's now ahead of Drunken Shamrock. Idle North. Shamrock got damaged. Everybody's going past him. He appears to be ghosting from that. Yeah, Summit's not. I think maybe Drunken Shamrock's lost connection or something. Silver Eagle, then, that's the one we need to watch. As you can see, Glads has already pulled out more than a second. We're only halfway around the lap. He's just going to keep pulling away his lads. Silver Eagle will be desperate to get this done, but he can't be desperate to the point of, you know, doing something silly, because at the moment the whole fact is he's ahead of his championship rivals where he needs to be today. And we've got another safety car. Oh my word. And I can resign myself to being late for my next race. So, again we get a safety car, even though nobody's actually retired from the race. It's so frustrating. Head north speeds into the pit lane. Safety car went as long as the last one, just based on the fact that they were already bunched up because of the previous safety car. So it's just a case of waiting for Idle North to catch back up. It's not going to go to Ned's lap, I don't think. They'll be too far into sector 3 before Idle North catches, but we should be going again on lap 25. By my count, unless I've miscounted, I think we are 4 laps in. 4 safety cars in, which means there is still a potential for another one, unless we get to lap 28, or 29 is it? No, it's lap 29, at which point no more safety cars can appear. Safety car though, in a way, it does play into the soft guys' hands, because they don't have to do as many flat out laps, but they'll still be wearing those tyres a lot more than the hard guys are, even just going slowly behind the safety cars. So it's a double thing. It might allow Gary more chance to be able to fight off Silver Eagle. As you can see further down the order, the other guys that moved to... How is Christo just... Oh, I see. Drunken Shamrock came into the pits. He's going to get some softs on. Bob Dylan's also in the pits, going to stick some softs on, I'm sure. And then we should then get going on the next lap. So yeah, I've just let my guys know that I will be with this stream to the end. It's extremely unusual for it to run this late. It is because it's Singapore. I said it earlier on in the stream, and I'll say it again, it's easily the longest race of the season. Obviously the 4 safety cars haven't helped, but it's just the longest race of the season in a way, because it's 31 laps of a 1 minute 40 lap. No, okay, when we restart now, they won't be doing 1 minute 40s, particularly the guys on softs and that, but they're a bit quicker than that now, but most of the race is sort of 140 laps. It's 31 laps long. The only real comparable race is Spa, which is sort of more of a 144, 145 lap. It's only 22 laps long, so the only thing that could have made this longer would have been rain. Touch wood, we haven't got going towards the end. That'd be a nightmare. Safety car is in this lap, there's the confirmation. Everyone has caught up. Vast majority of the field now on softs. Still Gary in P2 wasn't willing to give up track position. He stays on hards. Same for Winter Place. you cannot blame them. You wouldn't want to fall down the order and have to fight through with 6 laps to go, 7 laps to go. Not ideal. Certainly the mediums of Rob Pole will be competitive through to the end, there's no doubt about that. Ventus tyres are a bit old. Of course, how many those laps were done under safety car, I suppose. Can Silver Eagle do anything about Gary on the restart? Gary is attacking Glads. He's not going to be able to get the move done as turn 1, but he had a look. He's not giving up on the idea just yet, Glads. Gamer, ET Gamer has gotten ahead of Rob for pole in 2P6. Just about see him in the background. Haas. He looks pretty speedy on Fentos as well. I think we're going to move to that because I think this move could get them pretty quickly. Definitely got the pace. Christo and Reds are battling as well. Side by side. Looks like Red's had a little tap on the barrier there, but nothing too bad. And ET looks to go at the inside of Fentos and gets it done. So he's up into P5 and is now after our championship leader as Reds drops through the back. He's lost his wing. Oh, Reds was having such a good race. Unlucky Reds. He was having a great race as well, those two Reds, so that is a shame. Oh, we've lost 2! Idle North and Drunken Shamrock are out! They must have had it coming together. And they're both in the barrier, and we have a 5th and final safety car. Oh. Well, I suppose that's good news for you, Reds. At least you can pit. Get you another set of fresh softs and a lovely new front nose. Front wing. Gary is in the pits. Surely this is for damage. Surely he's not pitting. No. It's not for damage, it's just for new tyres. I can't believe Gary's just done that. He had to try and stick it out to the end. He's going to come out in P7. Surely he wouldn't have dropped any further than that by trying to get to the end, fighting off the other guys. And he's now got Tommy Real ahead of him, whose softs are only 2 laps old. And Tommy's quick, so... Tommy's real quick, in fact. So... Sorry. I don't know that that's a clever move from Gary. We'll see. We shall see. So now we've got Silver Eagle in P2. Into place in P3 would gain Silver Eagle 3 points, which would mean a gap of 49.5 gone into the last race. Double points at stake. I'm just going to have a look. It's not penalties I was really looking at there. I want to see. Fastest lap is currently with ET the Gamer. 39.0, and to be fair, the only people able to beat that, in my opinion, are the ones further down the field, and then they probably won't beat it because they're in traffic. So, me, I mean, you've got to assume that Winter Place is going to be harassed a bit here by ET on the restart. He's opted to stay with track position, which I think is the right way to go. But ET on the softs, they're not really 5 laps old because we've done most of those laps behind safety cars. So I would suggest ET should be able to make that place up reasonably easily. But Rob for pole on 7 lap all mediums. So he's going to be more interested in fighting off the guys behind him than worrying about trying to get somebody ahead of him. So we'll start another lap on the safety car. So should be going again next lap. Everybody's called up. So nobody's pitting. So we should get going. Lap 28, 4 laps to go. Message. There we are. Just letting them know we just got the 4 laps to go. So obviously at the end of this, guys, we'll have to be pretty quick, just summing up quickly and getting off and straight into the other lobby. So as we look to get going again, ZTV Glad still leads the race. I think let's take this opportunity now to have a look at penalties. I don't like to look at it too early in the race. So Silver Eagle then has 3 seconds, but is on softs ahead of Winter Place, who's on hards. So he may well be able to create that gap. It's likely to depend on how quickly Gamer can get past Winter Place. But Gamer has 6 seconds of his own. And then the only other 2 with penalties is Christo with 3 seconds, Bob Dylan with 6. Not very many penalties for Singapore, to be fair. It's pretty impressive. We are close to going again. Just the circle is really strange for me. There. So we are off once more. Silver Eagle not able to get a run on Glad's. Winter Place has got ET all over him, but nothing ET could do. Well, let's go on board, because ET should get... Oh, he's picked up another penalty for running too wide into the corner. Technically, Winter Place doesn't need to battle this now. And ET is going to get the move done. Oh, Gary's out! Oh no, Gary! Oh, he was having a brilliant debut race as well. He's ran in second for pretty much the whole race. What a shame. What a shame to lose him. Well, Gary, you've impressed in a way, buddy. Sorry to lose you, buddy, but you've definitely impressed on your debut. I don't think there's any issues around that. See, we've had our maximum amount of safety cars, so no more safety cars can come out. Also, it's the first lap after a restart, so it doesn't really matter. Glads has already made out 2.5 seconds ahead of Silver Eagle. Gamer is on the back of Silver Eagle, who is not getting away. I mean, Winter Place is still right on the back of this. And it doesn't look to me like he's really prepared to give it up. He's got his teammate behind him in the Williams, so Williams are looking strong again tonight. And putting themselves right on the verge of another Constructors' Championship. But, said earlier on, that will definitely go down to the final race with the double points on offer, and there is a yellow flag. That is Reds. He's round again, he's lost his wing again. Rob for pole is involved as well. He's now spun round again. Reds is out. So Rob for pole definitely want to get this going again and get himself round to the pits, because he's now got a guaranteed point just for finishing the race. Reds is out. Yeah, I've set to 2 yellows, as already said. Can't have any more safety cars. We are going to the end regardless. Tommy Real has gotten up into P3 ahead of Winter Place. He's looking to attack ET now. Though, doesn't really need to. That's a dangerous place to put in your car when you're going to get the position in away because of penalties. But he makes it up on track. Does take it. Very much relying on ET being compliant there. So actually, something has happened, hasn't it? Silver Eagles dropped to 5th. He's dropped behind Winter Place. I do apologise, I missed that. So, Silver Eagle has dropped to 5th. Winter Place is currently on. I think he's on for the championship. As we've got yellows and set to 1 once more. Baz looks like he's coming out of there slow, so I think it involved him. Still making his way round to the pits. Said he definitely wants to finish. He's got a free point. Still Red's retiring. Yeah, for me, I think Winter Place is on to take the championship here. Silver Eagles behind him, and the 2 drivers ahead. They've both got penalties, although Tommy Real's gotten the lead out so that he won't fall back behind Winter Place now. But ET definitely will. Amazingly, Winter Place is all over ET the Gamer. Oh, he's just had a little oversteer moment. It may mean he can't get a move done. It doesn't. Why is this happening then? How is he managing? ET's softs are 9 laps old. His hards are 10 laps old. That's why ET's slow. Interesting battle to watch. So, Winter Place. Will you pick up DRS? Is DRS activated? Yes, it is. So, he's not going to be able to get the move done here. He just needs to get as close as he can. Oh, he doesn't even need to make the move. CT's got 9 seconds of penalties, but it's just not the way one driver's mind works. And here he goes, and he's ET's hit him. Sorry, Silver. Yeah, ET's hit him. That's actually meant that Silver Eagle's gotten ahead of ET. That's penalties. And they're on the same amount of penalties, so that is a place gain for Silver Eagle. Bob Dylan is fighting with Christo somewhere. There he is. In the end, Christo managed to hold the position. Winter Place in P3 on target to pick up 15 points to Silver Eagles 12. Will extend his lead to 55.5 points, which by my reckoning is going to make Winter Place champion. The maximum Silver Eagle could pick up next week would be 52. Yeah, this would extend Winter Place's lead to 55.5 points. Although I think... No, ET's got the fastest lap. So, here it is. Glads has won the Singapore Grand Prix. Tommy Real crosses the line in P2, Winter Place P3, Silver Eagle 4th. And by my reckoning, that makes Winter Place our champion. So a massive congratulations to him. So Christo takes P5, Fencer 6th, Bob Dylan 7th, Baz in 8th, Game in 9th, Rob in P10, will come across the line P10. I'm going to do a quick summation, but yeah, obviously a huge congratulations to TTV Glads on the win. He's been absolutely dominant. Taking the lead at the start of the race into the first corner, has dominated from start to finish, really. Tommy Real looks completely out of it at one point and has somehow managed to recover to an outstanding P2. But despite that, Winter Place is, to be fair, consistent drive is probably the best way to describe his race. Has earned him the championship. So a huge congratulations to him. I think the constructors will come down to the final race of the season, but for now, the Drivers' Championship is decided. Well, they are preliminary results, remember. The results will be confirmed after the stewards have done all their bits and pieces. But at the moment, it does appear that Winter Place is our champion. So huge congratulations, Winter Place, and to the rest of the top three. Other than that, my word, what a race. It was just certainly action-packed, a lot of safety cars, but that made for better racing, to be fair, because at one point we had the field had completely separated out, which meant it could have been a bit of a bore to the end, but that never happened thanks to the safety cars. So, yeah, congratulations to all of the point scorers, all of the drivers who have finished. Massive congratulations to Winter Place on the championship. And we will be back next week. We've got the final round next week. I think it's Mexico, 100% race. Hang on, I'll confirm that. I know it's 100%, it's just whether it's Mexico or not. Calendar, here we are. It is Mexico. Oh, my memory's actually better than I thought. So yeah, so we'll see you in Mexico, same time next week. We should get that race in time for the actual real life Formula 1, which I believe starts at 8:30. So, yeah, massive congratulations to everyone tonight. As usual, as every week, massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in live for the race, and a huge thank you to everyone that watches it back afterwards. I hope you enjoy it, and by all means give us some feedback. It's all welcome. I've got to go, guys, because I should actually be in another race right now. So I will be, if you want to join in, I'll be live again in a matter of moments. So please feel free if you'd like to. Okay, I will see you next week. Thank you very much, and goodbye.